Love you all. Welcome all you lovers to the Florida Love Show. This is your love hour right before happy hour, sponsored by Florida Love. Join us each week as we spread love in the Florida community and transform the world with love. Now, back to spreading love.
This is for you, Kenny. It's the Florida Love Show, paying love forward is the theme. It's the Florida Love Show, hosted by Kenny and his dream. Every special guest brings their love to the set, and the interview flies, it all comes alive like a duet. He wears many hearts, so he has a very special side. In the Brooklyn Cafe, it's a big love buffet, with roses galore, and you are adored. Come take a bouquet. Show your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Follow this man. Live your dreams. Plan your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Show your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Follow this man. Live your dreams. Make your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Shine your love wherever you can. Shine your light. Love this man. Live your dreams. Make your day. If you love them, you are on your way. Give the gift of love and pay it forward and go. Give a kiss, give a hug. It's the Florida Love Show. Love you, Kenny.
Founder and creator of Florida Love. So Florida Love is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3. We spread love all over Florida, but really we spread love all over the world. And today we're going to be spreading so much dad love, loving Blanca and her beautiful dad Joshua, who's right here with me. He's famous. He is an amazing, generous, loving, brilliant genius. I mean, I'm so excited. So I'm loving all of you out there. Please send in your comments. Please let me know you're out there so I can just love you. So today's show, I'm going to play a Roses for Change news video. Oh my God, Rhonda, I love you, love you, love you. Oh my God, Rhonda, Gabby, and Daniel, I love you, love you, love you. Oh my God. You guys are the best. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Have the best weekend ever. Woo! Ooh, I'm starting to dance when I saw that. So here you can see Roses for Change, okay? So Roses for Change, okay? That was after George Floyd's passing. I gave out thousands of roses to every African American and said, I love you. And the news picked it up, and it's become a worldwide love movement. So I'm going to play the two different newses from the first. I'm going to play the first one, okay, which is where we were in Boca Raton, a whole group of us just giving out roses and saying I love you to everyone. So please play that news video.
Welcome back. Now at 5:30, who couldn't use a little love right now?
One Pompano Beach businessman is making it his mission to spread love all around by giving out the flower of love to random strangers. CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo has this heartwarming story.
There's an old song with lyrics that say what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Ken Lehrman is living that moment in a movement he created called Roses for Change.
We love you.
The idea for Roses for Change came about after the death of George Floyd and the turmoil that followed.
I felt their pain. And for me, I don't see color. I mean, I see us all as human beings. And we all can love each other. I mean, love is simple.
Ken, who owns his own printing business for 35 years, appropriately named the Happy Printer, decided to spring into action, purchasing dozens of roses he could hand out.
The first thing I did was I went to Whole Foods, and I also went to Publix, and I gave out roses to all the African Americans in the store. And I said, I love you. And they said, I love you back. And they said, God bless you. And they said, we need love more now than ever before.
Ken was so moved by the response, he posted pictures on Facebook, receiving 600 likes. Suddenly, Roses for Change on Facebook was born. His followers wanted to join him, buying roses too, and it's now become a movement, spreading love to people of all races. We recently caught up with them in Boca Raton.
I just want to say I love you. Have a wonderful day.
Michelle Bellman, who had never met Ken in person, wanted in on the love train and came out on this day to volunteer.
His message is just of love, and love yourself, and love one another. And he speaks to my soul, and he speaks to me because I love to spread love as well.
Some were skeptical, wondering if there's a catch to these random acts of kindness. But for those who understood it, it meant the world.
I think it's just amazing. This is really, really nice. You're really showing your love. You're taking your time to do this. Just amazing. And the red flowers, forget it. Just bringing brightness to this world. It's much needed. Thank you so much.
Seriously, so sweet.
Can you imagine what a world it would be like if we just all gave roses to each other instead of what's actually going on? Like, to me, that's a way to spread a message. Spread the message of love.
Lucky me, I received my rose. For more information on Roses for Change when they meet every Friday, go on to our website at cbsmiami.com. And Sweet.
Petrillo, smelling sweet. And I always say, who can you give a rose to? Who could you give anything to? A card. Oh, Rhonda, I love you, love you, love you. Jadarian, love you, love you, love you, buddy. My brother, Jadarian, love you. I love you. Keep the comments coming. Keep the comments coming. And we're also going to be sharing a lot of birthday love today, which is another way to spread love. But there's so many ways to spread love. And again, it's giving just because. Giving a rose, giving a card, giving just because. So the next news clip I'm going to show you is where I went to the Milagro Teen Center and I gave out roses to teenagers, a lot of them who hadn't heard I love you in years. And I say I love you to everybody. And so we can all say I love you to each other. What Florida Love is all about is that all human beings, all 7 billion human beings, we all love each other. We all say I love you to each other. And so I'm going to play you now where I gave out roses to teenagers and I said I love you.
We're continuing to bring you inspiring stories from our area about people changing their communities for the better. Tonight, WPTV News Channel 5's Chris Gilmore shares the story of a man on a mission to spread love, one rose at a time.
Roses are red, and Ken Lerman's suit is too.
Love you, Anthony.
If you see his bouquets, he has a message for you.
Man, love you, brother.
The 55-year-old loves love.
I love you.
And he now uses roses to let people know it.
No, I love you.
There's some pain behind Lerman's purpose. His Roses for Change campaign began this summer after he and people across the country witnessed the fallout following the death of George Floyd while in police custody.
How can one human being do that to another human being? Like, I was crying when I saw it.
Armed with roses and a message of love, Lerman says he wanted to reach those most affected.
I got to give this to all the African Americans. They're hurting.
His message has since caught on both online and in Palm Beach County, where he regularly shares love and roses to people of all colors. We caught up with Lerman with 100 of his favorite flowers in hand at the Milagro Center in Delray Beach.
A lot of learning goes on every day here in the Milagro Center, but today's lesson consisted of some flowers and 3 words going a long way.
I love you.
I was surprised, and I was like, oh, I love you too.
A lot of these teens say it's been a while since they've heard those words directed at them, and even longer since they have been given flowers.
It was kind of weird at first. I was like, roses, giving someone flowers. It was kind of weird because I didn't expect that, but it's pretty nice. It's a really nice gesture.
He said, I love you, you stay safe, and he told my grandma happy birthday too.
Lerman says he hopes the connection he makes with strangers leaves a lasting impact.
That's my mission every single day, to spread love in the Florida community and transform the world with love.
Because maybe all you need is love. In Delray Beach, Chris Gilmore, WPTV News Channel 5.
And you can help us share a story.
And thank you. Love you so much. So for me, saying I love you is freedom. Saying I love you to everyone is freedom. And I encourage everyone to go out and say I love you to everybody. And again, because life is short. I could pass in this moment. I could pass right now. Life is short. And we only have now. So I love you all. Now. We only have now. And again, I could pass right now. So for me, love is the absence of judgment. So love is no judgment, no criticism, no gossip, no hatred, no anger, no resentment. Love is to forgive. Give up resentment, give up all that stuff that kills you, because it does, literally kills you. It's like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. And just say, I love you. Forgive and say, I love you. Forgive and say, I love you. So, like, I come out of my apartment in my building, I say I love you to my neighbor, I say I love you to the people in the elevator, I say I love you to my doorman, I say I love you to everybody. And the most amazing thing is love is contagious. So I love it forward, okay? And love spreads like love fire. And it's contagious. So now our whole building says I love you to each other. And it's spreading. It's spreading all over Facebook through Florida Love and us all loving each other. So I encourage everyone to go out and say I love you today to everyone in your life, because you only have now. So I love you all. Every week I play a video about how life is short and to not take anybody for granted. So right now with COVID, okay, I'm fully vaccinated and I've been wearing a mask now, because being fully vaccinated, I can get COVID with the Delta variant. So it's a whole new ball game now. And again, I saw something on TV, a 15-year-old girl on a ventilator, a healthy 15-year-old girl for 11 days on a ventilator with COVID. She's still on a ventilator. I saw this on the news yesterday. And, you know, everybody, look, I'm not going to say, you know, I say get vaccinated because that's for me, but you do whatever you want. But we all need to love each other. We all need to take care of each other. And for me, love is about other people's happiness. So I'm fully vaccinated. I've been wearing a mask now. And, you know, life is short. I could pass right now. And I could get COVID right now, and I could pass right now. So I'm going to play a video about a wife who gets COVID. So please play that video.
I hope this doesn't happen to anyone, but I already know people that have experienced this. One day, Rachel was fine. She was going about her day. She was busy. She was productive. She was spending time with her family and friends. But then all of a sudden, she developed a cough and started to get a high fever, and she had no idea what it was. When she went to get checked at the hospital, they realized that it was COVID-19. She wasn't allowed to leave the hospital. She couldn't go back to her husband and her family and her friends. She had to stay there. But she was young and healthy, or so they thought. So they thought she would be fine if she just stayed there and recovered. By the time you see this video, there will be over 1 million cases of COVID-19 in the United States alone, with over 56,000 deaths and over 137,000 recoveries. There are over 3 million cases in the world, and over 211,000 deaths, and over 919,000 that have recovered. But Rachel's story was not one of recovery. Even though they expected her to recover shortly after she was diagnosed, it actually got worse. Her husband would regularly visit, but without being able to be face-to-face with her, he would drop off meals, flowers, messages, and her favorite items from home. She had beaten diseases before, so the doctors believed that she'd be able to fight this one off as well. She'd FaceTime her husband every day until she couldn't. COVID-19 gave her a cardiac arrest, and so she sadly passed away. Her husband wasn't by her side. There were so many things that he wanted to say to her, so many memories he wanted to relive with her, so many new memories he wanted to make with her, so many plans and dreams they had together. They had their whole life ahead of them, or so they thought. He was heartbroken, completely distraught. No one could come to see him, and he didn't really want to pick up the call to anyone. It was the toughest time in his life, and he was going through it alone. He finally decided that he was going to go to the hospital to pick up her items and everything that she had left behind. When he got home, he opened her phone to see the pictures they had and wanted to start looking through all the memories that they had captured. And as he was going through her photo gallery, he found a picture. This picture was of a note, and on that note, she had written to him, this is what it said.
My love, I love you more than you could imagine. I am going to miss you so incredibly much. You have been my best partner, my best friend, and my greatest adventure. From the moment we met, I knew you were the person I wanted to spend my life with. You're the most kind-hearted, generous, and caring soul I've ever known. And I'm so grateful to call you my husband. I want you to continue being the man I fell in love with. Continue living, my darling. I know this all feels scary, but I promise it's going to be okay. All my love, Rachel.
The Buddha said, the trouble is you think you have time. You never know how long you have with someone, so don't waste it arguing. Don't waste it complaining and comparing and criticizing, and don't waste it fighting. Don't let your last words to someone be words you don't mean. Don't let your last interaction be full of pain. Don't let your last shared emotion be anger, because you don't know when your last time will be your last ever.
Catherine, I love you, love you. I'm so happy you're watching. I miss you. I love you. Love you, love you. And so, again, my last words to everyone is I love you. So if we all say I love you to each other, our last words are I love you. Why drink all that poisonous stuff, that anger, resentment, hatred, criticism, gossip, judgment? Just say I love you. That way your last words are always I love you. So I love you, Danny. I got Danny over here taking pictures. I love you, Shah. Love you, Shaz. So Shaz, the Florida Love Show singer. She looks so gorgeous. She's got these really hot earrings on that I gave her for our anniversary of the show 1 year. Love you, Shaz. And love you, Blanca. Love you, love you, love you. So Blanca's looking hot and red today. She's like really looking gorgeous, really beautiful today, really beautiful. And so she's going to be sharing, looking so gorgeous, about her dad who's so handsome. And we're going to it's a big love fest over here at the Florida Love Show. Oh, I miss you too. I miss you so much, Catherine. So every week I play a song, okay? But here at Florida Love, we have different groups on Facebook. One of them is Roses for Change, where we give out roses and we say, I love you. One of them is Love Circle, where we get together in person and we say, I love you. Another one is Florida Love Dating and Networking, where we find the man or woman of our dreams, if that's what we want, if we're single, or we just spread love on Florida Love Dating and Networking. You can post as much as you want, spreading love. Then we have Love Will Keep Us Together, which every day we just say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, hugs, kisses, I miss you. Just love spreads back and forth. It's incredible. And that has about almost 4,000 people. Then we have love songs, which I'm so proud of love songs. So love songs started out with one person. This is how love spreads. Loving it forward spreads like love fire. Now it has over 46,000. I mean, every week I get on. Last week it was 44,000. Now it's 46,000. Next week it'll be 50,000. It's going to have 1 million. And these are people from all over the world. Okay? So I get to see songs from all over the world. Okay? And it doesn't make a difference where in the world we are. It doesn't make a difference the language that they're speaking. They're saying, I love you. Everybody wants to love and be loved all over the world. So I picked a song, and it's the perfect song, sung by a father and a daughter, because we're going to be loving Blanca, the daughter of her beautiful father, Joshua, Dr. Joshua Perper. And so I picked a father and a daughter singing a duet, and to me, this is the perfect song. So please play that song.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
No, not just for some, but for everyone.
Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb.
There are oceans and rivers enough to cross,
enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow.
There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. All this and more, if you want to know. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
No, not just for some,
but for everyone. No, not just for some, but for everyone.
sweet love. So that's Florida Love. We're spreading love all over the world and loving everyone, all human beings. And so right now, I'm going to talk a little bit about birthdays, okay, and birthday love, because we're going to be celebrating a lot of birthdays on this show today. So every morning, again, I'm on Facebook, and I have 5,000 friends. That's the limit. So if you divide 5,000 by 365, it's about 14 friends a day. So every day, I get up and I wish everybody a happy birthday, whose birthday it is, on my Facebook friends. It's approximately average 14 a day. Sometimes it's up to 25. Sometimes it's down to 5. I love you, Johnny Regan. Love you, love you, brother. Love you. Oh yeah, Catherine. What a beautiful song. Perfect song. Love you. Love you. Love you. And birthdays are a time to celebrate love and to love the person whose birthday it is. It's a celebration of the day they were born. And again, life is short. I could pass right now. So we're going to celebrate days people were born today. But what I just want to say is every morning I not only post a hunk of birthday love Elvis thing with an I love you on their page, but I write them a message that says hunk of birthday love. I always wish a happy 21st birthday because I'm always 21 and they love always being 21. And I love the comments I get back. Some people go, oh, you're off, I'm 22, you know? And sometimes they're actually younger. I'm like, I'm off. But whatever it is, I say happy 21st birthday, I love you, and a heart. And it's tremendous, people waking up to that on their birthday. And for me, I'm just in love. I mean, I'm just so in love with everyone. And it's just an honor to love everybody for their birthday. So today we're actually loving 3 people for their birthday. 3 very, very, very special people. So one of the people is my first guest. She's actually my featured guest today, my special guest today, Blanca Perper. It's actually her 21st birthday, right? Happy 21st birthday, Blanca.
Thank you, Kenny.
You're welcome. I love you, love you, love you.
Thanks for having me today.
I'm so excited to share about your dad and love your dad today. So we also have another birthday, Tina Weiss, who I call Tina Love. She's the executive director of Hugs and Smiles. So Tina Love, if you're out there, we're all wishing you here at Florida Love a happy 21st birthday. Happy 21st birthday, Tina. And we have another birthday. We have a sweet 16th birthday. So happens to be Sharon's daughter, Talia. So, Shah, would you like to say anything to Talia for her 16th, sweet 16th birthday?
Sure. Talia, Mommy couldn't be prouder of the young lady you've become. Everything and anything I ever wished for in a daughter is who you are. I'm so excited to celebrate your birthday tomorrow. It was actually, a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't feel good, and we got to reschedule. And in this day and age, like anything that we can do to have a little bit of joy, grab onto it with everything and whatever your heart desires. And I know all your dreams are going to come true, and all the businesses you're planning and everything you're doing.
Beautiful. So love you, love you, love you, Talia. Sweet 16th, happy sweet 16th birthday. In your case, I don't say happy 21st, happy sweet 16th. And so I always joke with Talia, she's my high school supermodel. And so Talia's amazing and she's brilliant. So, and of course, because Sharon's brilliant and she was a high school supermodel. So, of course, Talia is. Right, Sha?
Of course.
Of course. Of course she was.
Thank you, Kenny.
All right, you're welcome. I love you, Sha.
Love you.
So, Blanca Love, Tina Love, Talia Love, we wish you the happiest, happiest birthday today. Celebrate. May all your wishes and dreams come true. And to anybody else out there whose birthday it is today, we love you, love you, love you, and may all your wishes and dreams, wildest wishes and dreams, whatever that is, like if you could take a magic rose or a magic wand and create whatever you want, go out and create it. It's your birthday, and you deserve it. And I love you, and we all love you. We all love you. Love
Yes,
you,
we
love you,
do.
love you. Mwah.
And
Hugs
I'm
and
going to add
kisses.
Ori.
Go ahead.
It was Ori's birthday too on the 21st, my
And
son.
it's Ori's birthday too on the 21st. Happy
23rd.
Happy
The
23rd birthday to Sharon's son, Ori. So, see? Birthday love.
That's right.
So Sharon prepared a special birthday love song today. I love you, Sharon. Let it rip.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my darling friends and children. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Blanca. Happy birthday to Tina. Happy birthday to Talia and Ori. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Blanca. Thank you for all you do. Happy birthday to Blanca. Thank you for all you do. Happy birthday to Tina. Hugs and smiles, sure love you. Happy birthday to the amazing Tina. Keep doing what you love to do. Happy birthday to anyone celebrating. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating. Happy birthday to my darling children. Happy birthday to you.
So beautiful, Sha.
Thank you. It's always great to wish people happy birthday. It's really a joy. And to all the July babies, my cousin Tammy also, I just remembered. So really everybody, enjoy, celebrate, be with your family. Like Kenny says, the only time is now. Eat the cake, buy the shoes, and vacation. Have it all.
In that order. Eat the cake, buy the shoes, have the vacation.
That's right.
Have your dream vacation, your dream cake, your dream shoes, your dream. Have it all. Live the dream.
That's right.
Life is short. So I'm so excited to have my featured guest, my beautiful Blanca. She's so gorgeous right now in red. And Blanca, and you picked the perfect outfit, Blanca. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Mwah. So we're going to love Blanca's dad today. And so Dr. Joshua Perper, all right, is her dad. And he passed away. What day did he pass away, Blanca?
July 15th.
July 15th he passed away. And he's actually famous. He's been on television many times. He's, again, a genius. He's wise, he's handsome, he's kind, he's generous. I mean, Blanca will tell you all her love for her dad. So she just had the funeral a few days ago, right?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago today.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago this past Wednesday.
2 weeks ago this past Wednesday.
Yes.
So what date was that?
The 15th.
The 15th. So yeah, on the 15th. So I want to play a news, because again, he's famous. I want to play when he passed, it was on the news. So please play the news about his passing.
We have some sad news now. The former Broward County medical examiner who achieved fame after he performed the autopsy on Anna Nicole Smith's body has died. According to published reports, Joshua Perper died Monday from heart and lung ailments. Perper served 17 years as Broward's chief medical examiner. Perper was interviewed on multiple national news programs after he ruled that Anna Nicole Smith, whose body was found in her room at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel back in 2007, died of an accidental drug overdose. Dr. Joshua Perper was 89 years old.
So full of love, was the chief medical examiner for Broward County.
Yes, he was for 17 years.
Yeah, for 17 years. And he handled people who had just passed.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
He
And
was a doctor, an attorney, and a medical examiner. And that was his passion.
Yeah, and he was so full of love, so full of love. So he ended up handling the Anna Nicole Smith case, which Anna Nicole Smith, she passed in a room at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel, and it was a big thing. You know, everybody makes up what they want to make up about it, you know. Is it a crime? Is it murder? Is it an accident? And he's the chief medical examiner, responsible for it all. And he's so full of love, and he's just so, like, by the book, facts. He looks at the facts. So Blanca, what was it like in those days? That was 2007. What was it like going through that with your dad?
You know, it was definitely an interesting time because he got a lot of media exposure during that time, and he was asked to be interviewed a lot, you know, on the Nancy Grace Show, on CNN. So it was definitely a whirlwind because the world started to get to know him a little bit more and his expertise. So it was definitely a very interesting time, for sure.
Beautiful, yes. He's amazing. I mean, again, he's a genius. He's brilliant. So I'm going to play a montage of 3 different news clips about her beautiful dad and what he went through with the Anna Nicole Smith examination and looking at the facts. So please play that news clip montage.
Good afternoon. At this point, no evidence has been revealed to suggest that a crime occurred. We found no illegal drugs, only prescription medicines. We are not releasing the names on those prescriptions. We have taken sworn statements from all the parties involved. Everyone has cooperated fully. We are continuing to review surveillance tapes, but nothing unusual has been observed.
The attendants of Mrs. Nicole Smith found her collapsed and unconscious. She apparently had been sick for several days, which what was approximately some kind of stomach flu. At this time, we do not make a determination of the cause and the manner of death. And basically, we have a long list of investigation procedures which have to be completed and include an extensive review of the medical records, interviewing the witnesses which were with Mrs. Smith or witnessed her collapse, further cardiovascular examination of the heart, and neuropathological examination of the brain and the spinal cord. The autopsy was able to exclude any kind of physical injuries such as blunt force trauma, gunshot wound, stab wounds, or asphyxia as a cause of death, as a contributory cause of death, or a hastening cause of death. The only thing which we found in terms of very minor trauma was the drugs that were in her body and in her son's body. Therefore, the cause of death is combined drug intoxication, with chloral hydrate being the major component, and the other drugs which I mentioned being contributory.
We are convinced, based on the extensive review of the evidence, that this case is an accidental overdose with no other criminal elements present.
Excuse me, sir. Please, we're trying to get in. We're trying to... Excuse me.
Today's release by Dr. Perper of the cause of death effectively closes the case on the death of Anna Nicole Smith.
Wow. So your dad was dealing with, like, Marilyn Monroe. the bombshell Marilyn Monroe, modern Anna Nicole Smith of our times.
That's right. Yes, absolutely. I know that was one of her idols.
Yeah, and he found out that it was an accidental cause of death, that she had overdosed from prescription medication. But there's a whirlwind around it that he had to handle.
That's true. He was always very good, though, at staying objective and staying calm and just basically delivering what his professional opinion was. And he was always very confident about his opinion.
So what do you love so much about your dad, Blanca?
Well, I mean, to me, he is the best father that ever walked the face of the planet. I mean, he was love, and he was just so giving, so generous, but he was always there, you know, for me and for our whole family, and just always a shoulder to cry on, always an ear to listen to, and you knew you could always call him, and he would be there for you. That's really the key. I think that really is one of the biggest definitions of love, just knowing that someone's there for you 24/7.
Yeah, your dad was such love. And what did you find out after he passed about your dad?
Well, not long before, but definitely, is that he really was quite a romantic poet, and he had shared some poems. He'd written about over 45, 50 poems about love, and they were just so romantic. And we did get to speak about them a little bit before he passed away, and I read all of them, and we talked about them together. So I did have that opportunity. But yeah, it was really quite exciting to learn that he was such an amazing poet, such a I always knew he was a philosopher of life, but I did not realize that he was that much of a romantic. So that was really a beautiful surprise.
Beautiful, beautiful. So Blanca, I want to show the slideshow of your dad and your family, so everybody gets to know your dad so much more. And again, I had tears when I made your dad's slideshow. He's so beautiful. So please play her dad's slideshow. So much. So what's it like for you to see that slideshow and those memories?
It just makes me remember how proud I am of him, and just every time I see him, just makes me remember how proud I really am of him, and the joy and just the love that he was. Just always enjoy seeing him. But of course it makes me a little sad that he's not with us anymore. I wish he could be with us, but I'm still, and always will, be very proud of him and always love him very much.
Beautiful. So Sharon prepared a song to sing you, for you and your dad, to love you and your dad.
Thank you. That is so sweet. I so appreciate it. You're welcome.
This is for you, Joshua.
misty watercolor memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another for the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? If we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Could we? Memories may be beautiful, and yet what's too painful to remember? We simply choose to forget. So it's the laughter we will remember. Whenever we remember the way we were, the way we
I love you so much. Shad, that was so beautiful. And Blanc, I love you so much, and your dad. So what are some of the memories of the way you and your dad were that you'd like to share?
Ooh, where do I begin? Well, thank you so much for that beautiful song. And it's so special that, you know, to be here with you. And well, my dad, like I told you, my dad had my back. He was my best friend. And whenever I got into trouble, he was always there. So
bail you
like,
out?
so you know, if somebody decided to do an experiment with scrambled eggs, and people were wondering why there were 25 scrambled eggs in the garbage, he would take the rap for me. But we loved going out together and having amazing food, and he always took me to all my favorite places, like Ponderosa, Wendy's. I'm dating myself now with my restaurant choices, but TGI Friday, I mean, and then of course, if I ordered the wrong thing, he'd always switch dishes with me. He just had so much love in his heart. Like, whenever we were together, we just had the best time. And if we got lost on the way, he would say, it doesn't matter if we're lost, as long as we're together. That's all that matters. And, oh my gosh, just going to the amusement park. We just did, everything we did together was fun. And my mom really was an amazing, extraordinary woman too. And she also was many a part of many of these beautiful memories. So whatever we did, whether it was eating out or doing something special, we just loved being together.
So you were Daddy's little girl.
Oh, absolutely. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like there was a big difference in age between you and your brothers.
Yes. My brothers are 9 and 11 years older. So when I used to go to my dad's office, they always used to say, would you have your dad adopt us too? You know, we want to be adopted, because he had so much, you know, he's so loving, so sweet.
Yeah. And you used to share, like, you used to go to him, with him to events.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, believe it or not, coroner was an elected position in Pittsburgh. So he literally had to hit the campaign trail, and he had to go to many, I mean, literally dozens and dozens of political events, picnics, weddings, you name it, to basically introduce himself to Allegheny County. And I was his little assistant, and he would send me out in the room and say, get out there, introduce yourself to everybody, and tell them to vote for me. And it was a really great experience. Looking back on it, those experiences really changed my life, and I'm so grateful for those memories as well. We had a lot of fun.
So as a little girl, what was it like to go with your dad to those events? You must have been so excited to be with him.
I was super excited. I mean, I was probably, I think, the first time, like 9 or 10 years old. I loved being with him. I didn't mind that there were no other kids there. See, it was wonderful. To me, he was like, honestly, he was like a star. I was so proud of him, and I loved watching him shake hands with all his friends and seeing him connect with people. I was just really proud of him, just proud to be with him and proud to watch him do what he did.
So Johnny Regan just wrote in, such a beautiful dad and such a beautiful daughter and such a beautiful tribute, and that he loves you so much.
I love you, Johnny. Johnny is such a supportive brother, such an amazing friend, so grateful and blessed for his friendship.
Wow. So which brother is he?
He's my soul brother.
Well, we love you, Johnny. You're the soul brother. Love you, love you, love you. And so, Blanca, is there anything you'd like to share, like one of your dad's poems or anything you'd like to share with everybody?
Sure, I'd be happy to share with you one of the short poems he wrote so you can get a little sense of his romantic side.
That would be awesome.
All right. So this one is called Testing Love. Some had so many loves in past that they had lost the count. It's true that most did not much last beyond a short account. But were they truly love in fact, or short infatuations, a carnal and repeated pact with sex and with sensation? So what makes love so different from fleeting lover pleasure, just being more permanent, or a secretive measure? So he had a lot of humor in his poems and like sort of an interesting tempo to his poems too. But each and every one about love.
Yeah. So about a month before he passed, you found out he's such a lover, such a romantic, and that he wrote poems.
That's right. That's right. And literally he had about 40 to 50 poems, and each and every one different from the other, but all of them tied together with love.
What message would you love the world to know about your dad? If you could say something to your dad right now in the world, what would you say?
My father was the epitome of honesty, integrity, kindness, generosity, and professionalism. And he really is the best father that ever lived.
Beautiful. And you love him so much.
Oh yes, very much. Always and forever.
Yeah. So was he your hero?
Definitely, and he still is. I mean, he really was. I mean, he's just such an example of everything, of professionalism, of patience, of how he built relationships with others. And, you know, things don't always go perfectly in every relationship, right? There's always going to be conflicts. There's always going to be challenges. But the way that he managed those negative moments with such grace, I mean, he really was such an elegant, wonderful man. He really is my hero.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And he was always there for you. Like if you had any problems at school or anything, when you came home, you just knew he was there and he loved you no matter what.
Absolutely, 100% for sure.
Yeah, so Sharon prepared another song to sing to you and your dad.
Yeah, and I'd like to add something, Kenny.
Sure.
Because I had the pleasure of meeting Joshua when I was being the cantor for Blanca's 2 children. And not only does he sound like a man who puts everybody else first and is so filled with love as she was describing, like if she got a bad dish, he gave her hers. But I got to experience it with how he cared about his grandchildren and how important the bar and bat mitzvah was for him, and how he sat with them to read it with them and to explain it. Every time I was there, he was there. And we're talking, you know, almost a year worth of lessons, you know, and he made it his business to be there for his grandchildren. So it's such an honor for me to sing The Wind Beneath My Wings because I know he's the wind beneath yours and your children, and may he always be that.
And you know, I forgot that he was there, all those study
Yeah,
sessions,
he
so
was.
thank you
I
for
remember.
reminding me of that. That's amazing.
Yeah, so this is for you. Bette Midler's The Wind Beneath My Wings. It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walked a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory. You were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle. You are the wind beneath my wings. Might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know it. I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I could fly higher than an eagle. For you are the wind beneath my wings. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Oh, and I could
like for you to hear that?
It just reminded me of how much he's my hero and how thankful I am for the love in this room and for you, Kenny, and for Sharon and everybody that supports me. But most importantly, just makes me realize he really is my hero, you know? You don't always say it out loud, but he is my hero. And everything that I do and everything that I am and all of my visions are really a reflection of his influences and his love. So thank you for reminding me of that. It was really beautiful. So touching.
Beautiful. I love you so much, Blanca. I love your dad, Joshua, so much, Blanca. He's the wind beneath all our wings. And Sharon, that was so beautiful. Love you so much. So I want to thank you all today for watching the Florida Love Show. Wow, I was just so moved by that. And go out and love everyone in your life. Life is short. So go out now. All we have is now. And love everyone. I love you all. Love each and every one of you. Who can you give a rose to today? Love you.
You've been listening to the Florida Love Show, where we've been spreading love in the Florida community. For more information, please contact me, Kenny Love, at 917-699-1995 or ken@florida-love.com or on our website, florida-love.com. See you next week, 3 p.m. Friday for the Friday Love Hour. Keep spreading love in your life and have a loving week. Love you all.